I'm sitting here outside of our local Chick-fil-A eating some chicken. Personally, I'm a big fan of chicken, but is that all at risk? We can trace the avian flu all the way back to China in 1966. Back then, it spread through the local bird population, taking out flocks left and right. The issue is that it can get into an entire flock in a matter of days.
In 2022, the biggest avian flu outbreak in history started. To this day, it has affected more than 58 million chickens around the United States. Unfortunately, this outbreak has actually been driven by wild birds and not domestic ones. As birds migrate throughout the U.S., not only the U.S., but also the world, more and more farms and chickens have been infected. As the illness spreads through the world, you might be asking, why are chicken prices not going up? Then you go to the grocery store and you look at the egg prices. The current average price for a dozen grade A large eggs is $4.82. That's an insane amount of money for a dozen eggs. For example, that would make a 2-egg omelet 80 cents. That's a crazy amount of money. 3 years ago, a dozen of the same large grade A eggs was $1.30. That's almost a 3.5 times increase in price. In the U.S. specifically, there have been concerns that the big egg producers are colluding to raise the price of eggs. If this is true, it would violate all anti-competitive laws. For instance, Cal-Maine Foods saw a 600% increase in gross profits while owning 20% of the market share.
For some unknown reason, the avian flu is not targeting the meat chickens as hard as the egg-laying chickens. Luckily for you and me, Chick-fil-A prices will not be affected, so you can get your chicken strips for the same price as last year. While eating chicken is good and all, can this kill humans? Luckily, the avian flu is highly pathogenic avian influenza.
While this might sound scary, in reality it's not very scary for us. Human beings over time have developed resistances and immunities to this kind of illness. Birds and other mammals have not. The avian flu has been equated to a kid in a candy store or a bull in a china shop. Running through bird populations all around the world, this disease has not been looking very kind for mammals. This outbreak is on the verge of becoming a pandemic on the same scale as COVID for humans. People around the world are working to find a good solution, but no one has one yet.
The avian flu is really scary for eggs and the chicken. It doesn't really affect meat chickens as much as it does egg-laying chickens. So maybe don't buy eggs for a while, stick to the chicken strips.